Here's a scenario. You woke up this morning feeling like a bear with a sore head and a bit of a lemon. Why? Because last night you were out with a few friends down your local bar, having a bit of a chinwag, chatting about last night's big game, how good it was and how, your team really hammered the other side. When in walks one of your other friends, towing alongside him a cute girl who you've never seen before. This girl happens to be this guy's cousin, and she says she can't stay long because she popped in to say hi, and tomorrow she's got something really major to be getting on with and she has to be up early, so she's going to leave. You chat to her for a few minutes, and by some incredible piece of luck, she gives you her number. And that's why we are feeling like a bit of a lemon, because you've woken up, you really like this girl, even though you've only met her for a few minutes, and you don't know what to say. Stick with me, and I will give you 3 tips that will help you to get that date with the girl you met last night. Cue intro. 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 Anybody seen the intro? Oh, well, never mind. Cut. Here's a quick recap. You were out last night with a couple of friends down at the local bar, having a few beers, watching the game. And in walks another friend accompanied by a cute girl who you really liked. You got chatting, she couldn't stay very long, and by some miracle she gave you her number. And that's why this morning you've woken up like a bear with a sore head, because you don't know what to say, how to say it, and when to say it. It's not a problem. Stay with me, because I've got 3 tips that will help you get that date. Tip number 1. Now, you'll hear a lot of nonsense all over the place about playing hard to get and waiting 2 or 3, sometimes even more days before texting that girl for the first time. Don't do it. You must contact her within 24 hours. Think about it. If she really is cute, then there's probably lots of guys that want to talk to her, trying to get in contact with her. She's probably got a lot of female friends as well, so she's probably very busy on social media. And if you wait 2 or 3 days, she will forget you. Okay, unless you're some kind of superstar, you'll be forgotten. So you need to make your move within 24 hours. Ideally, if you met her this morning, as an example, then text her late morning, early afternoon. If you met her in the afternoon, ring her in the evening. Text her in the evening. And if you met her last night, then text her in the morning. Now, no, not at 6 o'clock, some reasonable kind of time, like 10, 11 o'clock maybe. But do that within the first 24 hours, as soon as is reasonable to do so. The next important thing you need to do is you've got to remind her who you are. What you need to do is remind her of who you are. And to do this, you've got to give her your name and then say something about where you met, and also something about maybe something she said or something that you said, just so that you bring that picture up in the mind of who you are, because she needs to remember you. If you just go, hey, how are you? What you up to? Or something crazy like that, it's what every other guy does, and she's just not even going to bother, because she's going to go, well, who's this creepy guy calling me? What's the point? Remind her. It is really important. You've got to get the vibe going. You are an interesting, fun kind of person that she wants to spend time with. So do the different thing, yeah? Remind her, say something about last night. Next thing, and this is just equally as important, probably more important, use her name. Susan, Jennifer, Michelle, whatever, it doesn't matter. Use her name. If you've forgotten her name, then you've got to ask yourself a question. Is she really worth pursuing? Because if you couldn't remember her name, then are you that interested? Now, if for some bizarre reason you didn't you didn't ask her name or you didn't sort of pay attention to her name, then ask the cousin who she came in with for her name. But you've got to really ask yourself that question: is it really worth my while contacting her if I can't be bothered to make the effort to use her name? Really, really important. We all like to hear our name, even in text. So that was tip number 1. Tip number 2, don't mess around. We're going to go for the close. What I mean by that is we're going to ask her for the date. I'll rephrase that slightly. We're going to invite her to a date. The difference is very subtle, but it's important. If we ask her, we say something like, would you like? She can say yes or no straight away. Not good. However, if you start with a simple question and then with the close, something like, hey, strange question. Do you like Stephen King movies or George Lucas movies? King or Lucas? She has to come back with one of 2 answers, yeah? There is a third one, but that's not going to be worth... If she says, I don't like either, then again, you've got to ask yourself, what's the point? If she comes back, yes, that's really great, because then you reply, I was thinking of going to see the new It movie on Saturday night. Let's go together. This is really, really important now, how she responds, because it's going to dictate your next actions. If she says yes, fantastic. All you've got to do is then just text her to confirm the time and exactly where you're going to meet her. If she says no, but how about next Tuesday or Saturday or whenever, but she gives you a specific date, that's also really, really good. But if she goes no because and comes up with some, crazy excuse, I'm washing my hair, I'm working, whatever, this probably means she's not really interested in you, or you haven't done enough to convince her to be interested in you. So you have to ask yourself, is it really worth pursuing this young lady? The reason I'm saying that is you might be thinking, well, yeah, the excuse might be genuine. She may well be working. Fine, that's true. But if she is working and really wants to see you, she would come up with this. No, I'm really sorry because I'm working Saturday night. How about another time? Or no, I'm really sorry, I've got my friends or family coming around. How about another time? If she's keen, she will say no and give you an alternative. If she's not keen, she will just say no with the excuse. So bear that in mind. Yeah, we get to the close, we've invited her out, you got yes, no, but another time, and no, but because blah, 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 blah. Okay? Tip number 3. Oh yeah, sorry, I'll come back for a second here. Never, ever, ever, ever say, let me know. To any of the, if she says yes, then forget it. But if she says no, but, or no, because, never say, let me know when you're free, or let me know when you can make it, or let me know whenever, because that's forcing her to make the decision. You're doing the inviting, so stick with that, invite her. Girls in general terms don't like to have to go through the hassle or the stress of inviting a guy out. That's your job. So never ever say, let me know. Tip number 3, do not or don't interview her via text. What do I mean? Don't say, where are you from? What do you do? Where do you live? How many friends, family you got? And what are you wearing? What are you having for lunch? These are all questions that you don't want to be asking via text because they're boring, they're tedious, and every other guy that might be interested in her is probably also asking the same questions, and she's just going to ignore you and probably just blank you altogether. Probably more importantly though is these kind of questions are to get to know a person when you're there face to face and you can sort of mix them into the conversation. But never, ever, ever, either face to face or via text, go for the interview. she is a girl you want to get involved with, not invite to do a job or to get a job from her, yeah? So bear that in mind. Don't ask interview questions. So those are the 3 tips, but I've actually got a bonus tip for you, which I think if you are the sort of a kind of shy or a little bit introverted kind of guy, or just don't really know how to text that well, it seems a bit obvious, but I'll make the point. Text and talk to more women. Now I know you're saying, Paul, you're an idiot. If I could do that, then I wouldn't be watching this video. No, I'm not talking about texting or talking to more women who you might want to get romantically involved with. I'm just saying start talking to more women in general. Start texting more women who maybe your friends or friends of friends. It doesn't really matter. We're not texting to get a result. We're texting to become more comfortable with texting and talking. Next time you're in Starbucks, if the queue's not too big behind you, spend a minute talking to the girl behind the counter while she's getting you your double cafe latte frappe thingy, yeah? Just say, hi, having a busy day, how's it going, whatever. You can ask stupid questions because it doesn't matter. We're not expecting to get a result. All we're expecting is to start a very brief two-way conversation. And the more you do this, the less needy you become, the more relaxed you'll become, the more of your, I hate the word authentic, but the more real you will come out. We won't be hiding behind any tips or tricks or psychological messing around that you've come across on the internet. It'll be the real you that'll be coming across when you get that important number. That's it from me. I hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. If you've got any questions, drop them below in the comments. Thanks now. Bye.